Holy crap, I did not see that one coming. Now, I knew Jeremy Martin was going to be good, but that blew my mind. So Deegan has been rubbing it out all week, as he says, and he rubbed it out and got himself a win. He did reach out to Nano-Xtreme. I don't know if that helped him or not, but he did have Nano-Xtreme. Hopefully he put it on that leg, and I think it might have helped him. I'm telling you, best pain solution ever. Hit up Nano-Xtreme, use code Cooksy and get free shipping. The way these riders are getting exhausted, run down, burned out, I'll tell you what, they would save themselves a lot of time and money if they just reach out to Coach Rob. He can help them with that. So if you want your Coach Rob consultation, click below and he'll get you dialed in. AJ Wright's Crypto has partnered with Vchain, giving away Teslas. But hey, if you don't like Teslas, he'll give you 42 grand. Click the link below, enter to win the Tesla, and they're giving away not only a Tesla, but like 1,500 in crypto. They're giving away a ton of merch. Check it out, AJ Wright's Crypto.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I know Degan won the race, but I'm starting with Jeremy Martin. He is the story. He won that second moto. Man, that is an incredible story to have the start of the season where he did, where he's going to go fill in for these guys, and he can barely break top 20. The expectations for him at this race were to start at his home track. Maybe he gets a top 5, top 10, and he rides off into the sunset. For him to do what he did, you couldn't have scripted it. That was crazy. And I know the team didn't expect it. If you look real close at the pit board, they didn't even change the name from Davies to Martin on the pit board. They're like, we're just, throwing him a bone. We're letting him ride out his last race on our team. He's like an honorary factory member for the day. They didn't expect what they got out of him. And I had some people hitting me up telling me, hey, those starts look suspicious. And maybe they were. I don't know. And I don't care. I do not care. Once you could give him the starts all you want. If somebody went over and said, hey, the gate's dropping on 3 and he just goes, I have a hard time thinking that would work perfectly. Even if they did do that, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care one bit. You still can't take this away from him. He went out there for 60 minutes and 4 laps and got it done. And what I think people were suspicious about is his whole career. He's never been a great starter. You never knew Jeremy Martin was just going to rip the whole shot. But then he just blasted 2 giant hole shots. So people were questioning it. It is what it is. I don't even care. Like I said, I don't think they did that. And if they did, I don't care. I really don't. You still got to go out there and deliver for 60 minutes and 4 laps. Now, I got to tell Jeremy Martin, please do not let this enthusiasm, and then the biggest mistake he could make here is to continue racing. He has had so many serious injuries. Yes, he could still be competitive. Yes, he could probably go out there and have some good finishes, but he's got to go back and look at 2018. He had that burst fracture to his L1 vertebrae, and he was incredibly, with that kind of injury, it's borderline a miracle that he didn't have any spinal cord damage and he's able to walk. He's had a lot of other horrendous injuries, broken arms, shoulders, wrists. I mean, the dude has been through the ringer. So I would like for him to ride off into the sunset. I really hope he doesn't take the bait and try to continue racing. Nobody gets a storybook ending like this. Nobody gets to finish your final round when you're a guest on a team who doesn't expect anything out of you. They don't expect anything to the point where they're not even changing the name from Cole Davies to Jeremy Martin on the pit board. And I'm sure they put in full effort getting him the bike and everything, but it's those little kind of, I wouldn't say disrespectful details, but those details that let you know, yeah, you're not really part of the team. And if he did continue racing, he's never going to top this moment. I'm all about guys racing as long as they want to and as long as they can, but I'm sorry. You got to end it on this one. You have to. That's a story that that's legendary stuff if he just leaves now. Like they said, Carmichael won his last moto, but it was expected. He was the defending champion. He was winning races. It wasn't a surprise that Ricky Carmichael won his final moto. But for Jeremy Martin to finish this strong and get this storybook ending, rarely in this sport do the moto gods let you have a happy ending. Happy endings in our sport are rare. And the last couple years have been how a career normally ends. Injuries, bad finishes, teams letting you go. But he just capped off his Hall of Fame career as one of the best 250 riders ever in this sport in the most poetic way you can. Please Walk away now, go run the track, go do whatever's next in your life, Jeremy, because I'm sure you'll be successful because the dude works hard, and leave your fans, the home track, and everybody with this last memory of you going out winning a moto. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, at some point, Hayden Deegan will be in there too. It will be a while before Hayden's in there. I think he's got a lot of racing to do. Even though on TikTok, he was acting kind of crazy this week, saying he was going to retire and become a day trader.
I'm gonna do what I want. Maybe like I'll retire this year. Maybe I'll start day trading. Or become a professional Call of Duty player. Like, get out of here.
I'll tell you what, day traders, you're all safe. Hayden Deegan's going to keep racing. Man, that leg to come out there and do what he did, that took a lot of grit and a lot of strength. And Deegan's probably going to get some crap for the things he says on TikTok when he gets on the podium and does the innuendo where he's talking about rubbing his leg out.
Hayden, you understand, you wouldn't be anything if you weren't born rich. My bad. Yo, I'm gonna call up my mom real quick, tell her I'm about to hop back in that stomach, and let her know before I'm born I need to come out with a poor family.
He's 19. He's 19, guys. Remember how you were when you were 19. We're goofballs. We don't even know what we don't know. And I genuinely feel a little bit bad for the generations now. You know, back in the 80s, 90s, could you imagine if Denny Stevenson and Jeff Matasevich had TikTok accounts to do their crazy stuff? Oh boy, I think it would look a lot worse than what Hayden Deegan says and does. But they're teenagers on top of the world, feeling like $1 million. This is what you're gonna get. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not too stressed about his TikTok or his innuendo on the podium. I'm looking at the way he rides on the track. And when he's on that track, he's got a maturity to him that is beyond his racing years. And they kept mentioning how much pain he was in. The pain isn't necessarily what I was concerned with. When you hit a giant muscle and you have a fascia tear like he had, it's the strength in the leg. And you know how much strength it takes to go through those sand whoops at Millville? Dear Lord. And he was going hard through those things. And now when you have one leg that's not as strong as it normally is, your balance is off. And for him to be able to manage that, win the first moto, get second in the second moto, and take the overall and extend his point lead, yep, he's back in control. Any worries about how the championship was going to go? His championship title run is back on track. There is no doubt. I mean, he's going to go to Washougal. He's going to be even stronger at Washougal because the leg will get better. It's soft tissue. This isn't bone. I would be shocked if he does anything but win at Washougal. Then he's got a couple weeks to heal up, and you got the same old Hayden Deegan. There was a window of vulnerability that these guys could have capitalized on. Degan slammed it shut. He is back as king of the 250 class. If you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. Are you a traffic manager or somebody who is involved in logistics for one of these bigger companies? I'll tell you what, if you want to get made look like a rock star, hit up pretransport.com and the Madden Group will make you a rock star. They'll probably get you a promotion, so hit up pretransport.com. Alias MX gear, they sent me my new gloves and they're so comfortable. I'm telling you, check out Alias MX, get their 25.5 gear. This is the lighter summertime type gear. Head over to Alias MX and they'll get you dialed in looking good. So Smokin' Joe, he had that window of opportunity and he did not kick it open. In that first moto when he passed Degan, I mean, the way James Stewart described it was perfectly, he had to go. The fact that he let Hayden Deegan hang around, Hayden was like, well, I'm not going to just stay this close and take second. If I'm going to be this close, I'm just going to win the race. And he did. He won that with determination. And I think Joe, if he watches this back, he's going to kick himself for not going a little bit harder after he made that pass. But that's what happens. When you race against somebody as tough and as aggressive and just never give up as Hayden Deegan, you cannot leave any windows of opportunity because he will take those. But Joe did respond. You know, he looked like he came out in that second moto. He's like, all right, I know what happened. I am not letting that happen again. Got into the lead and looked to be checking out. And then his bike broke. It happens. This is outdoor motocross. Sometimes you have bike failures. With no rear brake, for him to salvage 5th place and hold off Jalek Swoll and Levi Kitchen, that was a pretty savage ride by Smokin' Joe. While he didn't get the win and get back into this title hunt with Hayden Deegan, no matter, he's still having one hell of a season. And how about these Triumph guys, Mikael Harrup and Jalek Swoll? Dang, those bikes are looking good and the whole team's looking better. There was a moment in that second moto where it looked like Harrop might be able to get up there and go for that win. But he still held on for a moto third place, which is great for a guy who's making his first run in the United States on a Triumph that's a second-year brand. They're doing a great job. I'll tell you a guy who's probably scratching his head. That's Levi Kitchen. Think about last week. He went from all the way in the back at Redbud, got into second place in that first moto, and looked like the guy to beat in that second moto. He's about to make a charge on Joe, and he blows that berm. And it has been all downhill since then. He has had nothing happen good for him since then. I don't know if a black cat ran across a track, he walked under a ladder. I have no idea, but it's not going good for him ever since that moment. I really expected more out of Levi Kitchen. Last year he went 1-1 at this track. He didn't even come close to looking like the Levi Kitchen we saw here last year. And I wouldn't look for it to be much better at Washougal. Yes, he lives at Washougal. And for some reason, he doesn't ride as well. Like Jeremy Martin, obviously, home track, great, loves it. For Levi Kitchen, living right near Washougal, it's really weird that that's actually not one of his good tracks. He's actually probably a little bit lower on that track than he is on most tracks. I don't know if it's the shadows, the hard packed, or whatever it is. Maybe he just has too much fun when he goes home. I don't know. But you have Washougal, and then you get a break, and Levi Kitchen really needs to step it up. There were higher expectations for him than what he's doing. He is a guy that belongs inside the top 5 and battling for podiums every single weekend. How about my boy Garrett Marchbanks? Quietly, I don't even think I noticed him all day, and I was like, wait, he's 5th overall? A 7-7 got Garrett Marchbanks 5th overall. Sometimes it rolls your way and you have some good finishes, but hey, good on Garrett Marchbanks. He's riding good. He can't get starts. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. You guys know I think he should be on 450. I sure like seeing him get up there inside the top 5. Great job, Garrett. Thank you, members. You guys are the best. You got your members only video that I did for you guys yesterday. One of you guys will win some Nano Xtreme in July. And if you see your name pop up right here, that means you are a 12-month member. So I know some of you guys have already emailed me your information. I'm sorry, it got buried in my emails. If you see this and your name is on here, email me. Please put 1-year member in the subject so I know where to grab it. Get me your name, address, and shirt size, and we'll get these 1-year shirts out to you guys. So thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. Here's today's member of the day.
Let's start this off by saying, we got them. The illegal sale of American motorcycle racing. I present a case that reveals how the American Motorcyclist Association's 2008 sale of its racing properties constituted an illegal transfer of public trust into private hands. My name's B Mazy, and I'm here to stir shit up. So I made a song for you guys. You know, it's crazy that the riders still gotta pay to race. Even though these guys are just filling their pockets because they're money-hungry, greedy, stupid mother, ex-circus owners, but still got the same mindset for the Supercross. Screw Feld, screw the AMA, and screw Rob Dingman.